Hello, just giving you a quick take on Bitcoin for where we are for the moment. This is the 4-hour chart of Bitcoin. Just wanted to go through a few things and just show you what I'm seeing here. There's a monstrous reversal. We'll go to the daily chart after the 4-hour chart. There's a huge reversal up here. This is an engulfing pattern. Then it's kind of gone down, and actually hasn't kind of gone down. It's smashed down and closed below the 8 EMA on the 4-hour chart. So if you were going to do a short position, there would have been your entry right there. We've come down here and we've got a decline in the selling, as you can see, as we're going down. Good reversal candle there above average, and we've got indecision here. If you're going to buy it, you could have been buying it there. The only problem is, and that is above average volume, which is good. You would have been closed out here. Very sporadic kind of trading of the high volatility. You'd be in it for shorter time frames in the 4-hour. Here we've hit our first point of resistance here and created our first point of a downtrend. Now we've come down here and we've sold off here and here we've closed by the 8 EMA. We could have drawn a trend line up there, and then that would have been your entry there as a short. But then you get another thing to think of as well as the 20. If you were to head down here, keep on going down, and then we've got a reversal here, and then a close above the 8 EMA right here. On good volume too. It's gone up, but there's been indecision as we approach this line that's coming down, because you can see that the bulls have got in, stepped in quite heavily here, and then there's indecision and indecision here as we've approached this closer and closer. The people on trading the 5-minute chart, the 15, 30-minute chart, 2-hour chart, 4-hour chart, daily, weekly, all these people are watching for this line here to see what it's going to do here. This isn't finished yet. As you can see, there's quite a bit of, I've drawn a line across here, and you can see that there's confirmations here where, so there was the first point there, the second point there, third point there, and we've got a few points here of the confirmation of this trend line. And then going through here, the close there and the open there, the reach on these two here. Same with these two here, and there again. Here, we've gone across here. Now, this isn't finished. This has gone up, and it's still struggling to break through and give us a solid close. Another thing that I can take on board about this here is that on the rise here, there's a decrease in buying. You can see by the volume pattern happening here. We can also see that on the way down here, there is, you can kind of see this two different ways. If you were to take that out and that one there out, we can see an increase in selling here. There's to me, it's still looking reasonably negative. It's still yet to prove itself on the 4-hour chart, but you can trade the 4-hour chart. If this does break through here and on a solid breakout, I could possibly be looking at buying it for a shorter time frame. But at this stage, I'm not interested in doing that. I'm quite happy to be checking it out for where it is. All right, that's linked there. I'll just go over to the Bitcoin on the daily chart, and we'll have a look at what's going on there. So here we can see that we've had a huge reversal and come down, broken below the 8 EMA, which is moderate to sell. And we'll come here, so we're having a squeeze between the 20 and the 8 EMA. I trade the daily chart simply because I only need to check it out for 20 minutes of the day. Once my 20 minutes is up, I'm out of there. So we can see here on the way down, we do have an increase in selling volume on the way down. We do have a very good reversal pattern there, reversal candle, that's come through on strong volume. The stochastics are down. Doesn't really seem like they're turning up at this stage yet. But we do have the longer term trends turning up, all three of them, the 250 and 20, but the down, it seems like we're forming some sort of a squeeze pattern here, which, I kind of thought that we might. The only thing is, once we finish forming a squeeze pattern, it can get very, very volatile and explosive coming out of that squeeze pattern. So whether we go north or south, we'll soon see. And we could even get a fake out too, where a few of the big billionaire boys start talking together and go, hey, why don't we'll buy it up to 12,000, and then once we've got everyone else is in behind us, then we'll sell our 50,000 Bitcoin or whatever, so then we'll take all their profits. And then we'll start buying in again back down here, whatever the price that they deem fit. That's pretty much the way they play the game. And, but really at the end of the day, anything can happen. We trade what the market, tells us, has happened, not what we think the market will do. Big difference there. And if you go back and have a look at any of the other trainers and videos and stuff like that, the ones that have been in the game that know are the ones that tell you trade what the market has done, not what you think the market will do. If you see people that's, telling you to trade what you think the market will do, I'd be looking for another teacher, to be honest. Anything can happen. And also another thing, if anyone's telling you to trade the news, look for another teacher, because the news is so much later than what these candlesticks are exactly where the money is going in and coming out. The people that with the money that are buying and selling are more informed than the news. because they're in the heat of the market right now. That's my take on there on Bitcoin. It's still trading below the 8 EMA and above the 20. I'll wait until we get a good solid close and break out above or below that, and then I'll be making my decisions from there. Having a look at the link, see where we're at with that. $3.67 when this chart turns up. Righto, here we go. So we've got some good buying volume there. And also another thing here, on that selling volume, you can see, like this isn't much, but it is enough to say that there's less selling, not by much, but there's less selling than what there is buying. Even though these are indecision candles here, we can see that, the buying's gone all the way up and the sellers, or the intraday traders brought it back down more than 50%. And then we've come up here and, the buyers came in. The buyers came in here and then the sellers came in and stopped it there. So here we've come down all the way down to the 8 EMA and then traded all the way up and then closed here. And the same here, we've got indecision, but this is more indecision. See, so the tighter this trading gets, the more explosive it's going to be when it comes out. So you can see here, like, the trading got really tight. The thought was going to be breakout there. Trading got really tight, explosive move. Tight trading, explosive moves. So anyway, that's looking at it from there. Stochastics kind of going sideways, so we don't really take much notice of them at the moment. But we do see, if you look at the longer term trend here of the volume, taking out this big one, there is an increase in buying volume. Now, that's no guarantee to say what this is going to do or where it's going to go. But I did do some research on it last night, and it seems that Google has signed Link up as a project to work with. Google is implementing Link's Oracle. So it's using it for everyday functionality with Google to make things better. There you go. There was a few other things I found out about Link last night, but that was pretty much the main one. Everyone likes the idea that Google has signed up Link and using it. I did actually get out of a few coins the other day and still hesitant on, what I'm not convinced that, it's the right thing to do to get in, back into this market at this stage. Like just here, for example, like looking at Binance coin, like this on the daily chart, we've closed below the moving averages. And even though there's indecision here, it'll be interesting to see where we go from here. I'm kind of happy to be out of this one at the moment, but I'll definitely be looking for the next entry to get in. We can see the stochastics have come down below the 20, which is good, but we've still got an increase in selling, and we're below all the moving averages, and the 20 and the 8 are pointing down, and we've broken below these two, but reasonably indecisive candles. But anyway, I'm not in any rush to be getting back into Binance at this stage. I'll wait. Hopefully I can, if I can get in, at a 10% discount on the next breakout, then I can buy 10% more than than my previous holdings was with the same amount of money. It's all about accumulating more of the same coin. It's not really that either. What it is, putting $1,000 in there, or putting 10 grand in there and selling it for 30,000 and then pulling 30 grand out, then waiting for it to decline again. If you can buy 10% better, then you're buying 10% more for 30,000. And then when it goes up again, if it goes up another 100, 200, 300%, who knows? You're looking at 100 grand. This stuff can build up very, very quickly, but you have to have your rules and stuff in place in order to trade it correctly. If you don't have your rules in place, you can't trade like that. Well, you definitely won't get those sort of results. And believe me, I've tried. I tried the gambling method. I tried the emotionally screwed in their head, like this, the day trading, just try, honestly, you've just got to have your rules and stick with your rules, and you'll make money and you'll hold on to your money. If you don't do that, it's terrible. Just don't be in the market. That's not much fun, believe me. I tried it for 5 years. That's it for me. Enough of my waffling, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. See you.